Bam. Beautiful. Let's see if we're live over here. Live will begin shortly. Come on, you can do it, TikTok. I believe. All right, perfect. Nailed it. Okay, good place. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to some more Unfair Flips. Okay, hopefully this time will be a little bit less unhinged than last time. Hopefully we won't talk myself into any corners and make me petrified that what I said would be horrifically misinterpreted and then get into things nobody wants to hear about. So instead, let's just talk about how we want to get this ending. What is this? Run number 8, I believe. Yeah, I think this is run 8. Oh, nice. Yeah, because we did 5 and we got our first 4 endings, and then we did 2 endings yesterday, both which we've already gotten. So this is run 8. So can we get our 5th and final ending today? We will find out. This is one of those things where it's like, one of the realities with probability is, you know, when you look at it like prospectively, you're like, okay, well, we're more likely to get it in 5 runs, you know, than, or whatever. Like, we're more likely to get it within 5 runs, you know, or whatever. But now that those 2 runs have passed, it's not like we're equally close to get it in the next 3 now. It's like, no, we've made 0 progress in the last 2 runs. we're starting from scratch every time. So unfortunately, who knows how long this will take. Listen, we've gotten the rare ending twice in those 8 runs. So or in those 7 runs. Basically, one way to look at this is we're rolling a 10-sided die, and we just need it to land on a 1 or a 2. That's all we need. One of these runs, we need it to land on a 1 or a 2. We've had it land on 10 twice already. Okay. Do I have a... God, somewhere I have a bunch of dice. I have really nice dice, actually. Which I never use, but my sister bought me dice that are so nice. You can, like, probably, like, cut yourself on the edges. They're so sharp. Oh, my God. If you stepped on it, it would be, like, so much worse than everyone says Legos are. Like, it would break skin for sure. Ooh. Oh, God, I'm cringing thinking about it now. Oh, why did you guys bring up dice? What did you guys do that for? We're just flipping a coin, okay? We didn't need it to turn morbid instantly because of your D&D imaginations. Okay, D&D. I'm gonna be real. I wish so badly I was good at D&D. Like, here's the thing. I think at my core, I have the, like, creativity to be good at D&D for, you know, but I have 2 problems. One, I'm like my brain can't help but gamify it. Like can't help but like try to win, right? Rather than create the story. And it's like, okay, I need to back off. And the other thing is I get too self-conscious about looking dumb. But you know what? When I'm streaming, I look dumb all the time. So like, why? I feel like I just need to embrace that, right? I just need to accept the reality. That's all good. I remember one time. I haven't played a ton of tabletop games, but I played it this one time and with my family. Oh, we're very close to upgrading the coin worth. And my character was named Rook. Okay, and I was an edgy Oathbreaker paladin. Was I an Oathbreaker? I think I was an Oathbreaker, but I think I was... I think what I was actually building was like a Vengeance Paladin or something. So, you know, I was your stereotypical edgy first character that everyone makes, where it's like, you know, you were the man of faith or whatever, but then the tragedy happened on your watch, and it was like, it was your fault, but it wasn't really, you know, that kind of thing. And so now you're like resentful for the system that put it in place, but whatever. So I was, you know, so I was a paladin with a moral code, but it had deviated from like the religious orthodoxy, and basically he was now following his own code or whatever. And so we got into a situation where, like I'm a total tabletop beginner, basically. We got into a position like instantly where a person in the party was like basically going to do a mercy killing on someone that was effectively brain infected. They're like, this person, we can't save them. I'm going to put them out of their misery. And it was something that, like, out of my character, I was like, well, my characters would be like, you don't know that we can't save them. Like, you can't kill them, right? So all of a sudden, like, session 1, I'm in an altercation with a member of the party where he's like, listen, I got to kill this guy. We just got to do it. That's the nice thing to do. And I am like, you have to get through me. And all of a sudden, it's like session 1, and I'm at like an impasse where I'm like, I feel like, how hard do I commit to what I think the character would actually do, or how quickly do I bend just to keep the you know, remove the inertia of the game and just keep it going. And so, you know, I'm like, I just don't know that line of like, how rigid am I on this? How much is this a deal breaker for my character, and how annoying is it to play with me if it does become that deal breaker? So that was number 1. And then number 2, that same character later in the session is very much like, oh, I want you to be my mentor. Like, I want you to teach me how you do it. And I'm like, dude, my character is like at the low part of his journey. He's not mentor material. So all of a sudden, you know, he's trying to create this like mentor kind of storyline, and I'm just like, hell no, we're not doing that. So I'm just like, I'm like the most no and in this situation, because I'm like, this just isn't true to my character. And I feel like I need to like take a lesson. Hello, hey, look who it is. Welcome, Squid. Hello. Fancy seeing you here. Welcome to the most boring stream ever. We're flipping a coin for probably literally over an hour. Trying to get 10 heads in a row. You picked the worst time to show up. I hope you're having a great day. Oh, multiplier. Beautiful. So this is called Unfair Flips. The goal of the goal of this game is to flip the coin and have it land on heads 10 times in a row. But you start off. Oh shoot! I should have upgraded coin cost. Well, it doesn't. It actually doesn't make that much of a difference. It's fine. And it has a little bit of like incremental game stuff going on where you can raise the coin value, you can increase the multiplier, you can increase the probability, etc. But fundamentally, heck yes. Fundamentally, it is a game about flipping a coin and trying to get an ending that you only have a small chance to get. We've gotten 4 of the 5 endings. The last ending we have to get, we only have a 20% chance of getting once, and that's 20% chance after we successfully flip heads 10 times in a row. So, our fastest run was about 23 minutes. Our slowest run was probably about an hour and 20 minutes. And it's not only 10 times in a row. Currently, it's 10 times in a row with a 35% chance of landing on heads. Now, eventually we'll get money that will allow us to upgrade this so that we can get up to 60% chance. So we'll get easier and easier. So I'm currently, because this game gives me literally nothing to talk about. I shouldn't say literally. We have one dude here in a weird little Hotline Miami mask drinking milk. Every like 1 minute and 20 seconds, he'll take a sip. And that is all the game gives us to work off of. So we are just in a constant state of off-roading. Just like he's literally just me to see who. Oh, is that the person from Ninja Gaiden? Is that who you were? For anyone who's curious, I met Squid in another stream. Well, 2 other streams actually. Is it Cilantro Planet and Bag O Milk VG? And so we were watching some Ninja Gaiden 4. Yes. Very, very fun channels. So yeah, last night we were hanging out and talking about Ninja Gaiden 4, and there were a couple distractions on screen. But I can't say much more about those distractions without spoiling the plot, and I don't want to, not that plot, spoiling the actual plot. So I will leave that to you guys if you are invested in checking out Ninja Gaiden 4. Very, very edgy game. Almost as edgy as my stream yesterday. But not quite, but close. All right. So yeah, so we were just talking about wait, what is this? You know, I just watched a video. Oh, okay. So I've never really watched, what was it, Pay Money Wubby? But I saw a couple videos like this week. I just binged like 5 of his videos this week, and one of them was Sipgate, and it was about him taking a sip, but the water not, or the what is it called, Gamer Sup's not even coming close to drinking it, and it turned into a huge conspiracy theory, and it turned into this just big rabbit hole, and it was a fascinating video. So I don't know what the significance of he sipped is, but you just brought me back to a video I watched literally yesterday. Spingate? What's Spingate? Okay. Do we have... Oh, God, we need to get 100. I feel like with 100... Wait, what are we at right now? Are we at a quarter? We must be. Yes, we are. Yeah, I'm not gonna... Don't worry, I'm not gonna kill you. It's all right. I'm a pacifist. I'm just chilling. I'm not trying to make a living off of this stream. A real Neko recently beat. Oh, I need to play Persona 5 at some point. I've only played Persona 3. Amazing game. I need to stream them. Okay, she held a giveaway for Steam games. My giveaways are so stupid because I used to buy so many bundles, so I would just offload so many keys that were just doubles, and I think I had so many that like a bunch are just unclaimed and people just don't want them because some of the games are just so like, why would I ever play this? Oh. They won their own giveaway. That's pretty funny. I remember when I was in high school, I was like the big fish in a small pond as far as like musicians in the high school were, right? And so my school did a okay, I'll jump back to that in a second. Yeah, so my school would hold a silent auction to like fundraise because we would do these big trips every year. And so my dad would like spend money to buy these like tickets at the silent auction for like a raffle at the end. And he won like multiple years in a row. And I remember like it became a conspiracy theory where I remember this like one of the other players was like, this is rigged. Like, they're just giving it to him because, you know, like, whatever, because the teacher likes him. Funniest part was the guy hosting it, Delverton, kept doubling the rewards every time. So it wasn't just... Now, did they pay to have tickets? Like, was it like the more you pay, the more tickets you get or something? Or how did that work? Or was it a wheel spin? And just everyone was entered? And how many viewers were there compared to people that were like in the family? I mean, listen. If it's free to enter, who cares, right? Like, it's one thing if it's like, we're doing this event for charity, and we're giving a big prize at the end for whoever donates a bunch of money. It gets it. Thank you, Ava. Whoever donates a bunch of money can get you get one raffle ticket for every $10 you spend. And people are spending a bunch of money on charity, and then it's like, well, I won the big prize. I won the trip to Hawaii. Like, it's different if it's something like that. But if it's a free thing, then it's like, whatever. It's not like anyone was ripped off. No one was guaranteed anything in the first place. Okay, let's do this. Dang it. Exactly. So it's like... What did you win? Those are awesome games. I mean, I've actually never played Blasphemous 2 or Persona 2. But I like Persona 3 is just actually so unbelievably good. And Blasphemous has maybe top 2 favorite art of any game series for me. That and Gris or Gris are probably my favorite looking games. Yeah, I still need to do Persona 4 and 5. I mean, technically I need to do 1 and 2, but those aren't as high on my priority list. I don't know, actually, if I own... You know what? Let's check this right now. Persona. Oh, I own Persona 4 Golden and Persona 5 The Phantom X. I don't know what that is. And do I own any SMT? Shin. I own Nocturne. I gotta play Nocturne. I hear Nocturne is super hard. I don't actually even know what it is. I probably got it with like a Humble Choice or something. Yeah, I really want to get into the SMT series more. You know what? I actually own on 3DS. I own a bunch of SMT games, and I still haven't played them. I own what's it called? Persona Q? Is that what it's called? It's like the Dungeon Delver one. I own Shin Megami Tensei 4 and maybe is it 4 Apocalypse? I don't know if I own that. I own, is it Digital Devil Saga or Digital Devil Story? I own one of those or 2 of those. Yeah, I bought a bunch of them on the like Nintendo eShop. Digital Devil Saga. And there's also Devil Summoner, right? I don't remember which I have. I think it's Digital Devil Saga probably. The one that I'm talking about, I played like 5 minutes of it. It looked like a kind of isometric tactical RPG where you would like move units on kind of a grid or something. It looked a bit different than the like other SMT games I played or I've seen. You played Persona 5 till mid-game and then decided, you know, I don't like this game. Here's the thing. It wasn't Strange Journey. It was definitely one of the devil ones. Devil Summoner or Digital Devil Saga. It was in like Shinjuku or something. It was in one of the main, it might have been in like Akihabara or something. It was in one of the like super main like tourist like capitalism Japan hubs in Tokyo or whatever. I think it might have been Shinjuku. Okay, let's get this. And let's get this. It's been a long time. And I only played like 5 minutes. God. You know what game series I've wanted to play, but I'm also petrified of, is Etrian Odyssey. Here's my only problem. Here's my problem with Persona 3. And the reason why I haven't played any Persona game on stream is because for the best kind of ending with Persona 3, when I played it, well, actually, I played Persona 3 FES, so the PlayStation 2 version. That game is so restrictive for you getting the best ending that you really need to follow a guide. It is so rigid. And I hear that 4 is pretty rigid, but I hear 4 isn't as bad as Persona 3 was. And I think I've heard that 5 is quite a bit less rigid than both. But it's one of those things where I'm like, for me to get all the social links, like, I would just have to play it with a guide. And that would just be horrible stream content. So I'm kind of at an impasse with them. Because, like, I want to play them, but I would kind of want to see all the social links. But I also... the reality is, if I do it for stream, I should really do it blind. Persona 5 best ending is significantly easier to get. Yeah, I should really do it blind and then just... It's also one of the things about... I really want to do Legend of Heroes series. That series is supposed to be... I've heard Legend of Heroes has the best world building of any series ever. But there's just so much missable content in them. And then some of the content you can only get on New Game Plus. And I know I just need to say, you know what? Screw it. I don't need to see literally every quest. I can just go in blind. Yeah, but you know what? To be honest, it's funny. One of the things that was kind of mind-blowing to me about Persona... was, I don't like visual novels. I find visual novels really boring, and I've only streamed... Oh god, I probably streamed 3, right? I did 1 path of Dream Daddy. I 100%ed Doki Doki Literature Club Plus, and I did 1 run of, like, some ghost dating sim as, like, a meme. But Persona, like, having the visual novel flair mixed into another game, that was my favorite part of the game. So even though I hate visual novels, having bits of visual novel interspersed with combat, all of a sudden I'm like, oh, this is awesome. So I feel like visual novel gameplay is better as a flavor than... Wait a minute, what? I have played Dead Cells. I haven't played a lot of Dead Cells, but it is... the bit I've played is probably my favorite roguelike. Just because I really like Metroidvanias a lot. Are you looking at my the gameplay list down below? I need to play more Dead Cells. I don't have the Castlevania DLC, though. Yeah. There's actually a couple roguelikes I really want to get. Even though I'm not the biggest roguelike person in the world, I really want to get Ball Pit. That one looks awesome. And listen, I know it's cliche. I want to get Mega Bonk. That looks pretty fun. Have you seen Mewgenics? M-E-W? Mewgenics? That's what I've been following for years. Just listen, I'm fat and boring, so why not both? I don't. This is what you call Stockholm Syndrome. Right? We need 1 achievement, and I need it. I need this achievement. So even though no one cares except me, I need to do it. Because, listen, both are great choices. I think pasta with listen, I'm Canadian. I say pasta, okay? Well, I'm not even just Canadian. I'm in the region that says pasta. I think some people say pasta in Canada, okay? I don't think that's boring. But, you know, pizza's a classic. And hot characters with clothing? Well... I feel like with clothing didn't add anything to the pitch, but sure. Is this a gacha game? Okay, you mentioned Limbus Company a couple times, and I had no idea what you meant. I'm gonna look up Limbus Company right now. Limbus Company. I was like, is this a term? Oh, it's free. Okay, let's see. Okay, I'm just going to make sure that there's no horrible things that will get me banned. It looks like there's not anything that's going to get me banned. Okay. We'll take it off just in case, but I don't see any bad tags. Okay, I'll have to look into that and see what it is. It is gacha. I've done a couple of gacha games, mostly mobile. I think the only non-mobile one I've ever done is Genshin. But for mobile, I did a few. I did like Final Fantasy Brave Exvius. I did a little bit of a, what was it called? Fate Stay Night one. Genshin, you refuse to play ever. Why? Yeah, I did Brave Exvius. That one was fun, relatively speaking. Fate Grand Order, that was another one. I think I did a little bit of a Fire Emblem one, like Fire Emblem Heroes or something. I forget what it was called. You had a bad experience with Genshin? Uh-oh. Genshin is weird because Genshin, I think there's aspects of it that are awesome. Like, I think there's aspects of it that are legitimately a really, really, really good game. But most of that is like the exploration collectathon stuff. I love the exploration collectathon stuff. But the problem is when I streamed Genshin, what I would do is I would stream Genshin and I would just stream the story for Genshin. And then offline, I would not play the story. Offline, I would explore. And the reality was all my streams where I was doing the story, I found boring as hell. And I thought they were terrible streams. And I was like, why is anyone watching me play the story of this game? The fun part of the game is not the story. The fun part of the game is the exploration and sitting in Discord voice chat with people while you're just like running around a world and picking up mint plants. You hate exploration, collectathon stuff? Like, listen, I'm an exploration gamer. My favorite genres generally are exploration genres. I love Metroidvanias. I love like boomer shooters with like secrets and stuff like that to find. I love MMOs. Just specifically for gacha. Why is that? Broadly speaking, I'm not a gacha guy. Oh, technically... Oh, yeah. Same here. And I just 100%ed Silksong. I haven't played Metroid Dread. Well, I've played like 5 minutes of it. I shouldn't say 5 minutes. I probably played like 40 minutes of it. But not much. Yep. Yeah. Have you played After Image? After Image is a good one. You like action games where you can mess around? Then you know what you would like, Ava, is you might like Ninja Gaiden 4. After Image is a divisive one, but I like it. I like it a lot. It's a weird one because if you look on r/Metroidvania, the After Image discussions will always be, what is the best Metroidvania? And someone will say After Image, and someone will be like, no, After Image is the most overrated one. And it's always too, like, no one is like, After Image is all right. People are either like, this is, like, as good as Hollow Knight, or people are like, this game sucks. Middle Earth, oh, Ava, are you into, like, the Ubisoft kind of, like, oh, yeah, because I think we've talked about Assassin's Creed. I think you're an Assassin's Creed fan. All right, take care, have a good haircut, have a good workout, and have an amazing life in general. All right. Oh my god. Okay, we're at 28 minutes. This is already longer than our first run yesterday. But not because you think Assassin's Creed is good. It's an abusive relationship. You know what? I should do Assassin's Creed again. There is a weird thing, though. Like, for me with exploration... Thank you for sharing. The thing with exploration is that some exploration in games can be super like vapid and boring, and I found that the early Assassin's Creeds that I played, like those collecting the flag kind of exploration things, were boring as hell. So I didn't like that type of exploration. Same with like the Grand Theft Auto, like, oh, collect the like hidden packages or whatever it is. It's like, who cares? Thank you for the redeem. Take care. All right. Okay, we got this loony. We're over halfway to getting that 5% chance up. We're getting there little by little. The fact that Getting this 10,000 is not even the final upgrade. Yeah, yesterday we were chatting with someone who was having a bitrate crisis. Which, listen, my internet is sometimes pretty spotty. We'll see. I think I just have a bad Ethernet cable, to be totally honest. Like, I should be getting 900 down and 100 up, but yeah, we were like literally minutes behind. So the one thing that we were joking about, so Squid was kind of like, oh, you know, this bitrate is rough, and I was like, no, it's cool, because then we can just lay time bombs in chat, and then we'll wait like 10 minutes and then see the streamer react to it, and it's like watching the detonation. And then when we see that, we'll react to it, and then like 10 minutes later, there'll be a shockwave of the streamer seeing our glee and detonating detonating the trap successfully. And right after I said that to Squid, then Squid laid a time bomb, and 10 minutes later, the streamer gets mind fucked by it. It was very perfect. It was funny yesterday. You haven't played Assassin's Creed in a while, though. You love Assassin's Creed 4. Wait, Assassin's Creed 4 is that Black Flag? The one thing I realized, though, yesterday is that I'm a funnier viewer than I am a streamer. Like, I don't know what it is, but I feel like my humor benefits more in chat than actually, like, saying it. I think, you know what? Here's the problem. Okay, I'm going to tell you the problem with me as a streamer. Period. One of them. Okay? Is that fundamentally, my humor is built to be a multiplayer streamer. I'm built to bounce off of someone, but I'm also just super antisocial, so I never book streams with other people. So, it's like never playing to my strength. Hey, how dare you say that, Ava? But yeah, yesterday, one of the things we said in chat, I took a big swig of sparkling water and then instantly started laughing so hard I just spat it all out on myself and had to get changed because I was just soaked. Okay, we can do this, I believe. Man, this whole conversation, and we haven't even gotten $1,000 more since I last brought it up. We need some bigger combos. Okay, Ava, have you ever done any tabletop gaming, any Dungeons and Dragons or things of that nature? God, I hope this game old yellers me. I just want to get the ending and be put out of my misery. How do you enjoy tabletop gaming, and how do you feel about yourself as a player? That was the initial conversation that we had. Well, I shouldn't say conversation. That was the initial monologue in this episode, as I was monologuing to myself. These are some non-Euclidean stools. God, I want to get better at it. I think I was asked once to do to join tabletop sessions on stream, but it would be rough, man. You DM'd a D&D game like years ago, never played. Here's the thing. I feel like at my core, like I feel like being a DM would be my thing if I wasn't a lazy piece of crap, right? Like, here's the thing. Like, I really like world building and writing, like coming up with concepts and things like that. But I hate reading the Dungeon Master's Guide and like learning how everyone's things work and how to build an encounter. So it's like I have none of the required work ethic to slog through the boring stuff to get the skills to actually enjoy that process. But as a kid, like, when you're a kid and like LARPing is just totally normal and not a thing that you're ashamed of. Like, I would always be Well, with my sister was always the game maker. But with my friend, I was always the game maker. That was a nice little run. Up to 3/4. Not bad for 50% flip chance. Wait. Sure didn't roll... Oh, God. Listen. I don't know if... I don't think I want to ask on stream. I feel like this might be I feel like whatever you're saying might be a bad road to go down on stream. Okay. Time for some bubbly. Just wasteland it. Okay. God. Oh. Am I plugged in? Yes, I still am. Oh, man. I'm trying to think. I did, I mean, the big thing I did with, like, the big kind of game world my sister came up with was based around a place called the Recreation Center. And basically what the Recreation Center was like a big gymnasium or whatever, just with a bunch of doors all around the exterior, and each of these doors was a portal to another world. So the Recreation Center, you could enter and you'd see all these characters from like Final Fantasy VII, Final Fantasy VIII, whatever, like things that you're playing, and then you could go through the portal into their world. So it was basically just she just came up with the idea of a multiverse and like a multiversal hub. Okay. Oh yeah. God. Man, I remember we had some stupid things. So we used to have the video game Monster Rancher, in which you could like breed, any of the monsters, and then, kind of create combinations or whatever. So I, like, with my best friend, we would LARP basically Monster Rancher or like Pokemon, but instead of using those guys, we would use the Dungeons and Dragons like Monsters Compendium. So he'd be like, he has a Displacer Beast, and I have a Carrion Crawler or something. You know the best thing? There were a few things that were awesome as a kid that are now gone. One of those things was buying those like Brady Games strategy guides. You know what? I actually have a pile of them over there, over there. I have a pile of them. I have Grand Theft Auto San Andreas strategy guide, Morrowind, Final Fantasy Anthology 7, 9, which was Final Fantasy 9 had the worst strategy guide ever. I'm just gonna tell you right now. Oh yeah, Assassin's Creed, I think I have a strategy guide for. Final Fantasy 9 strategy guide. Firstly, strategy guides were so cool. Because I never played Final Fantasy V as a kid. Like, you guys probably know Final Fantasy V is my favorite Final Fantasy game. I love that game. I have like a very, very, very deep affection for that game. I never played that game as a kid. I only played that when I was older, but I had the strategy guide for it. And so my relationship with that game was I would read this book over and over and over and just imagine playing this game. And like the idea of the jobs, like, oh my God, you can switch to a Dragoon now. And then you go to this town and, you have these different worlds and the world, whatever, the merging thing. Like, I thought that stuff was so cool. And these like strategy guides were like kind of works of art, like just how they were constructed. It was so cool. Final Fantasy 9 is the most indicative of what the industry became. It was like the canary in the coal mine for like all of the just like absolute money grabbing bullshit that we see everywhere in the industry now. This freaking strategy guide it would be like, oh, you know, here's a side quest, blah, blah, blah. But we won't tell you the end of the side quest of how to do it. Instead, you have to create an account on playonline.com. And this whole book, it was like a thin strategy guide, and it kept telling you, but we're not going to tell you that. You need to find that out on playonline.com. I was like, really? I bought a freaking ad? I bought this book that's just an ad for your stupid .com bubble site. Oh, I accidentally clicked OBS, but nothing bad happened. Here, 1 second. 1 second. Do I see it? Do I see it? Oh. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh. Okay. Okay. Let's see. Oh, my lordy. All right. All right. Okay, what do we have? What do we have here? We got Fallout 3. We got San Andreas. We got Pokemon Crystal. Pokemon Crystal. We have Morrowind, but the covers have fallen off. Got Final Fantasy Anthology. This was my favorite one. I see that there's drawings in it that my sister must have done. All right. Final Fantasy 7. Final Fantasy 8. Okay. Final Fantasy 10. Radiata Stories. I didn't realize I had that one. And Final Fantasy 9. Okay. This strategy guide was way thinner than the others. All right? It says, enhanced by playonline.com. Whoa, I have a postcard in here. What the heck? Who's that from? It's from my first girlfriend. What the hell? Okay. Okay, that was weird. I'll have to read that later. That's funny. That was an unexpected But yeah, just all these things. You have like side quest. And then it's like, want to know more? Keyword Chocobo. Look up quest Chocobo on playonline.com. And it's just, it has that, like, if you flip this book, like, you'll see it multiple times on a page. Like, look, this page. Look at this. 3 entries for playonline.com. Come over on this site. Absolute trash. It's crazy. Okay, back to this game. Like, how did we not know what was going to happen to the industry, you know? But as a kid, we're just like, we're just like a little annoyed by it, but don't view it as a you know, foreshadowing of what's to come. Okay. Wait. If you're still here, what did you decide on for dinner? That's going to be something that we'll have to figure out later. If it was pizza or if it was chicken and pasta. Pasta. Sorry, I shouldn't abandon my Canadian brethren's pronunciation. I'm now so curious about that postcard. That was something I didn't even remember that existed. That would have been from like grade 10, 11. That's funny. Okay. Listen, I don't need to look at this. Postcard from Poland. From a trip. Blah, blah. Oh, this might have been before we dated. I think this is before we dated. Because it starts with "Hey, buddy," so there's no way. Hey, buddy. Me? I am having a great time in this boiling city. Aw, but I do miss your humor, lol. I have yet to buy you socks. Maybe today? I hope you're having a good summer. Okay. That's funny. Oh, man. Ugh. I have no idea what the socks were about. I remember none of this. It's always weird to get those time capsules that are like completely like not at all even slightly in your memory. Okay. Well, one of the things I remember though was I remember we saw I think we saw the Amityville Horror remake or something in theaters. And I think there was a scene where I think someone has like a hole in their forehead or something and someone sticks their finger in it or something like that. I just remember that an inside joke was like poking the forehead. Okay, how many flips are we into this? You know what? It's still not that long of a run. We're still not too far, although we're only $2,000 to the 100K we need. Oh? Oh? Come on, give it to me. Oh, it flipped too high. It's a different ending. Oh, no. We got to do another run. We're no closer. We're no closer. Oh, well. Well, I guess that's it for this episode. If you enjoyed, please consider liking, commenting, and subscribing. I'll be back next time with some more. Take care, guys. Mwah. Okay, 1 second. I got to do something real fast because this is funny. One second. I'm just going to send that to her because it's funny. Okay, I'm also going to put those books back. Okay. Those back. Okay, I gotta do something real fast. Okay. Hey, Moggy. Hello. Hello. How's it going? Hello. Sorry. Okay. All right. Are you ready to be bored? Listen, this music is too good right now. We'll wait for the music to stop being so hype, and then we'll get bored again. Wow. Okay, we can start playing this game now, because this part isn't... Who cares, right? Bam! Hello, everyone. Welcome back to some more Unfair Flips. Last time, the coin went up and never came back down, and we're no farther along than when we started. Oh, no. I can't flip it. I gotta restart. Okay. Oh, we're good. Oh, you know what? We're keeping the intro. We're keeping the intro. You know what? We run fast and loose. Well, slow and loose here. Okay. We don't need any of that professional editing. We're so authentic. This is what authenticity is, right? All these other streamers, they look all professional, and they edit their stuff down and they practice their intros. Me, I mess up and I'm like, let's keep it. You have pizza making supply. Okay, what is your go-to pizza? Have we had this combo? We probably have. And is it different if you make it and if you order it? Oh, you got pizza in the oven. Nice. Beautiful. Beautiful. I don't know why I keep clinging onto this mic. That can't be good for the sound you guys are hearing. I'm acting like I'm you know, like I'm a singer or something. Oh, I think I asked you that recently, didn't I? That's, you know what? I'm gonna say that is solid. Oh, let's do that. I cannot shame that choice. That is a solid choice. I feel like the moment you say margarita, it's not that basic. Like, I know that it was kind of a default type, but maybe in Europe, but here margarita pizza is like if you're looking at the, like, you know how there's always those, like, the Five Nights at Freddy's Iceberg, Layer 1, Freddy Fazbear kills children, Level 2, William Afton, the ghost of William Afton, Level 3, Rule 34. I feel like margarita pizza is not level 1 of the iceberg here. I feel like level 1 of the iceberg is pepperoni, cheese, Hawaiian, veggie, meat lovers. That's level 1. And then level 2 is margarita pizza. We had a toaster oven at your old job, made pizzas daily, and just changed the toppings. You know what was my go-to pizza when I was a kid? And then I hadn't had it in like a couple decades, and I went back to it recently, and you know what? It was a solid choice. Well, doesn't margarita pizza also have, like, tomato and basil? Am I crazy? But when I was a kid, my pizza was pepperoni and green olives. That was my go-to. And then for a bit, I went pepperoni and hot peppers. But are you a black olive person or a green olive person? I am relatively... There are certain types of things I really like on pizza, but there's other things that don't go to... Like, I like goat cheese on pizza, but I probably wouldn't put goat cheese on a pepperoni pizza. I'll tell you the worst pizzas I've ever had, though. Second worst, I think it was from, you know, maybe I shouldn't say where it was from, but I think it had chicken, it had pesto, and I think it had barbecue sauce. It was like, I feel like this isn't a good mix. I feel like pesto and barbecue sauce are at odds with each other. The worst one I ever had, though, was, you'll eat an entire jar of green olives in one sitting, but on your pizza, Kalamata. Oh, yeah, listen, Gorgonzola. I haven't had Gorgonzola in a long time, but when I did have it, which was over a decade ago, it was like, oh, I now know what armpit tastes like. It was a lot. The worst pizza I ever had was it was a store-bought one, and it was like cheeseburger pizza. Okay? Which sounds okay. Cheeseburger pizza. Okay, I've had cheeseburger pizzas before. In my opinion, cheeseburger pizzas are firmly mid, right? They're inoffensive. I would never choose to order one, but if someone ordered it, I would eat it, right? That's my opinion on cheeseburger pizza. But this cheeseburger pizza, they're like, we're going to commit to cheeseburger pizza. Instead of tomato sauce, we're going to put on ketchup. The sauce base was ketchup. It was like, I took a bite and I was like, like it was bad. Like pizza in the trash. Well, like it's like basically just cheese and ground beef on it, just burger meat. It's for us here, cheeseburger pizza is probably same level of commonality as margarita pizza, I would guess. You see it around, but oh, also we have Canadian pizza. Is probably a level 2 pizza. Canadian pizza, which I think is... What makes a Canadian pizza? It's like pepperoni... Is it like pepperoni... mushroom... It's similar to deluxe. I think it's like pepperoni, mushroom, and there's another meat. I don't remember if it's burger or if it's bacon. Probably burger. You don't like a lot of meat on pizzas. You like the vegetarian option the most. 4 cheese is great. I am somewhat with you. I love pepperoni on pizza. I feel like the way... And when I say pepperoni on a pizza, like I know that some people put pepperoni under the cheese. I'm like, no, pepperoni needs to be on the top and it needs to get crispy. But if aside from pepperoni, I don't think most meat is amazing on pizza. Like I've had ones that have meatball that are pretty good. I'm not the biggest fan of chicken on pizza. But you know, I'm not a fan of ham on pizza. Under and over the cheese. I've had it like that. I just find that under cheese makes it so that it's like the most flaccid pepperoni. And then on the cheese, on top is like you get that crisp. But I mean, we have a brand of store-bought pizza here, which is like, I think it might be by Dr. Kerr or something, but it's called like Ristorante Pizza. It's just like a, you know, a store-bought one. And they have several flavors, but the best one is the vegetable pizza. It has like cherry tomatoes on it, and it was a thing that actually blew my mind when I had it. Because I usually think of like the vegetable pizza or whatever as being like the less flavorful one. But you have this one and you're like, the vegetable pizza is the strongest flavor one that they have. It's like something about it is so flavorful. And they also have I think it's spinach and feta or something, which is a really good one. Listen, this is turned into God, I'm just imagining that instead of flipping a coin, I'm flipping pizza dough. And whenever it lands on the tails, the pepperoni is down. I'm like, what have you guys done? I feel like oh God, I ordered one recently. It was a really good place, but it was a weird pizza. It had pepperoni. It had ricotta. Those are the only 2 I really remember. It had other things on it. I think it had 2 other toppings. But those are the 2 that jumped out. But it was just weird because I would love the ricotta on it, or I would love the pepperoni, but the ricotta was really sweet. And so the 2 together didn't work really well, in my opinion. It was a little jarring to have like the super sweet ricotta and the super savory, salty pepperoni. Okay. Where are we at on this one? 40%. I wonder how we're doing in terms of our rate on the upgrades. I think I've gotten, what do you call it? Stockholm Syndromed by Pizza Pizza here. So in Canada, we have a chain called Pizza Pizza. It's probably our most common chain. Like, we don't see that many Pizza Huts anymore. We will see a fair amount of Little Caesars or, like, maybe Papa John's or maybe Domino's. But the big one here is called Pizza Pizza. And I always remember... Well, for us, Pizza Pizza and Little Caesars are two completely separate things. And I always used to hate Pizza Pizza, and now it's like the default for me. So I think I might have just had so much exposure to it. Oh, well, that being said, sometimes maybe it was just that I used to order from one shop that I didn't like, and now I'm ordering from one that I do like. Maybe that's it. You know? Dang it. You've made mistakes in the past. Are you coming forward? Are you going to tell us where the bodies are? You did tell me that you climb mountains. and they're buried in my stomach. Oh gosh. What are the mistakes you've made in the past, the pizza mistakes, that are a big enough mistake that you kind of listfully... Wait, is that the word? Listless? Well, I don't know the word, okay? I should look up definitions before I say it. That you regrettably... Oh, confusing Pizza Pizza with Little Caesars. I've heard someone say that before. Oh... something about Pizza Pizza and Little Caesars. Like, maybe it was like a slogan for Little Caesars or something. I actually don't know if I've ever had Little Caesars or Papa John's. But we have both of them here. I am going to tell you something, though. We don't have many Pizza Huts here anymore. We used to. I like Pizza Hut. I know people like to crap on it. I like Pizza Hut. I also don't know if... I'm sure I've had Domino's, but I don't really recall it. The ones I've had here, really, right, that aren't like individual chains... Our Pizza Pizza and Geno's are the ones I've had relatively commonly in my life. But I like Pizza Hut. But I'm not a big fan of the cheese stuffed crust. I like the pan pizza. They had the exact same deals, and yeah, Pizza Pizza was the phrase that Mascot always said. Remember Avoid the Noid? Or remember Yo Noid? One of the best, Okay, listen. I know that some people say that, Burger King had the best video game for, like, product, whatever. But I feel like Chex Quest is hard to beat. Chex Quest is goated. Maybe I need to try the Burger King ones to give them the fair shot. But in my heart, like, Chex Quest is just so special. Chex Quest is amazing. I've never played either. I've watched Let's Plays of Yo Noid. I watched Let's Play and I've watched speedruns of it. At like Games Done Quick. Okay, come on. Come on, give it to me. Give it to me. Beautiful. Okay. So we should hopefully start making a bit more progress now that we have the Looney. Can we get the ending today? Can we get the one that we want? How long will this game force itself in our lives? I think Chex Quest had a thing with like an unofficial sequel, kind of. Where I think like Chex Quest 3 or something was like made by, I think by the level designer or something, but it was like unofficially afterwards, just just to like honor the game or something. I think I could be wrong about that history. But it came out like a decade or decades later, I think. Man, though, there was some stuff. Listen, I'm going to sound like a super boomer. Because, like, listen, obviously, on some level, gaming is way better now, right? Like, having Steam and having emulators and whatever, it's clearly way better than it was. But there were certain things that I remember being so cool as a kid, like getting, like, official PlayStation magazine and getting those demo discs. That stuff was, oh, God, I love those demo discs. And some of the demo discs were, like, so high effort. I remember having some demo disc for PC. Oh, God. Because, like, most of them that you get, it would be, like, you know, you get your, like, year 2000 ass, like, menu, which is, like, blue and has, like, waves of water in the background. It's like, which game do you want to play? Jet Set Radio? No, you want to play Gran Turismo 2. No, you want to play whatever. We should probably get this. Oh, I zoned out big time. But I remember you owned maybe 2 games for the original PlayStation. The rest were demo discs. I remember playing... I mean, and I still remember what some of those games were on those. I had one demo disc that I'm pretty sure... Now, I might be conflating a couple discs, but my recollection is it had Tomba, it had Gran Turismo 1, it had Jersey Devil, it had Captain Blasto, it had Hot Shots Golf, it had Einhander, I think. I might be mixing it up, though, because I know that some of the, like Final Fantasy VII, it would be like, this game is 3 discs, but there's a 4th disc, and the disc is a demo disc, so you can play a little bit of Vagrant Story, a little bit of Einhander. So I might be conflating a couple demo discs I had. But anyways, I had this one demo disc on PC, and it was like, you know, it's like, and you're like in an elevator, and like the door opens up, and you're in a space station. You're walking around the space station, and you're like opening up doors, and you'll see like a sign on the wall, and you'll open the sign, and it will suck you into a video game, and it sucks you into the demo. So like the user interface was actually like a spaceship that you walk around instead of just like a menu. I remember that being really cool. I can't remember any of the games that were on it, though. I feel like that must have been 3D era. So that must have probably been post-Quake, I'm guessing. But I don't know what it would have been. Because I don't feel like I played a ton of... I would say I was mostly a PC gamer until PlayStation 1. And then I became a console gamer for PlayStation 1, Game Boy Advance, PlayStation 2, Xbox 360. And then with Steam, I kind of came back into being primarily a PC player. I did do some, like, early, like, abandonware playing. Like, I remember playing, like, ZZT and things like that. Oh, I should probably get that. That game that I played on stream, God of Thunder. Like, I would download these abandoned games. Dink Smallwood, which I also streamed. That was a cool era, though, of just being like, oh, there's abandonware sites of games that aren't sold anymore, and you can just play them with you know, questionable legality, but yeah, that freedom at that age with gaming was really cool. I'm so curious how I found some of these games, though. Like, there's one game that in retrospect I'm like, why was I allowed to play this? But it was called Active Worlds. And it's actually funny because I think I saw it, was it Vinesauce? I saw someone walk around Active Worlds, and it's still live. And basically Active Worlds was kind of like a first-person Second Life. It was basically a virtual chat room that you could walk around, and then you could make your own worlds. And I actually wound up getting a subscription to this thing. I don't even know how I found it. I found this by myself. But it was like, at the time, it was like mind-blowing. The thing that was funny, like, it is crazy how desensitized to technology we've gotten. Because back in the day, we used to look up, like, I'm talking about 90s. You would look up virtual reality games. And it would be like, even simpler than Myst, right? it would be like, it would be almost like Eye of the Beholder. But you'd be like in a hallway, then you click forward and it jumps you forward, and then you click right and it turns you 90 degrees. And it's like still images. But at the time you're like, oh my God, I'm walking around this world. This is VR. This is a virtual reality. Like that's what we referred to it as at that time. It's so funny that, I mean, maybe that was just stupid 90s kids' brain, but. Dang it. That was good though. It was a good run. God. Oh, God. The worst that we ever did. My sister and I... What was it called? There used to be all these kind of, like, internet scammy, like, internet pet things that you could, like, sign up for. And there was one that was... You could, like, make a dinosaur. You could design it, and it would be, like, in a simulated world. And then you would sign up, and it would be, like... It would always be like signing up those things where it's like, oh, you want to sponsor a dolphin? We'll put a tracker on the dolphin and we'll let you know where your dolphin is migrated to. We'll give you updates. Oh, your dolphin is named Sammy and your dolphin is currently in the, you know, like, whatever, the Western Pacific near blah, 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 whatever. It was like that, but it was just completely virtual and you got to make a dinosaur. And so my sister and I were like, this is cool, but these updates are so slow. So we want more updates. So instead, we will make 1,000 dinosaurs on my mom's email address. So then my mom got so mad because it just got, it was just like, kids, what are you doing? Like, I'm getting 1 billion emails. Oh, it's saying Barney 2 is eaten. It's saying Barney 3 is sick. It's saying Barney 94 is pregnant or whatever. It's just like, we just ruined her email address by creating 1 billion virtual pets. Come on. We're at 50%. We're getting close to being able to get a higher chance. I feel like we've gotten our upgrades relatively quickly. But now we're definitely at the grind part of the game. I guess the whole game is a grind. Do you think this game will ever break me where I wind up doing the little save? The save exploit? It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. We're gonna beat this legit. I do want to check out Heather Flower's other games, though, to be totally honest, even though this game is... it's not a game, it's a science fair research project, and we're the experiment. The game isn't the project, we're the project. That's what this is. It's like, people complain... Yeah, exactly. It's like, people... it's like... You know, it's like the thing where they learn, like, if a monkey hits a button and then gets dopamine, the monkey will hit a button forever. We learn that people don't even need dopamine to hit the button. We'll just hit it because they can. This game has just proven that humans are dumber than monkeys. Because at least monkeys get something out of hitting the button. Okay, come on. Please. I at least need 55%. It's the journey, not the destination. I assure you, it is the destination. This game is not the journey. I wonder who will legitimately have the longest run without, like, AFKing. Like, who will actually trying to get it take the longest at this game? I'm also curious who will legitimately get it the fastest without any speedrunning strats or like save exploits. Just literally playing it blind. Man, there are games, there are things like this where I'm like, listen, data collection is weird, but it would be such fascinating data to collect. Just completely anonymize it. Come on, please. Please. Anytime, here's what happens. We enter a cycle with this game. I also feel like I can only play this game in small bursts, because to play this game, we kind of need to off-road in conversation, right? You ordered the pizza, nice. Wait, did you still do the half and half, or was that a different one because you ordered it? You did the half pepperoni, half artichoke hearts? So the problem is, we'll sometimes off-road on some random topic, like today was pizza. And then we'll kind of hit the end of that combo, and then I'll look back and be like, where are we in this game? Oh, right. We're just grinding. And then I'll be like, oh god, I need to escape the cycle of actually explaining what's going on in the game, because nothing is ever going on in this game. I feel like I'm in the show Lost, you know what I mean? We gotta press the button. Press the button. Oh, please. You! At least we got a lot of money. Oh, God. Half pep, half cheese. The cheese half will be leftovers. Oh, nice, nice. Yeah, leftover pizza is great. Do you heat up your pizza when you eat it leftover? Do you eat it cold? How do you do it? I'm a weird cold eater, generally. Man, my dad, rarely, but makes just like the best, like, beef cutlets. Absolutely unreal good. But they take so much time to make that generally he makes it once a year and it's on my birthday. And, you know, makes a bunch and people eat it. And then they like refrigerate the leftovers, and I will eat those cold. I'm just eating cold breaded beef. It's actually probably psychopathic. Thank God for that one run, because it brought us up 1/3 of the way to the final upgrade. We were very close, though. I was hoping. Right? Is it weird that that as I'm playing this game, I'm picturing myself as a dog and I'm picturing this game as a rifle, and I'm just waiting for it to pull the trigger. Like, I'm sitting here like, please put me down. Like, that's actually what I feel in my heart. Put me down. I'm glad we're making $5 at a time, and we just need 100,000. You know what, though? This is a pretty sweet income for real life. It's incredible income, I should say. It's mind-blowing. We're on a low streak. What else was I gonna do with this time? I don't know. See the world, make human connection, advance careers, build something, experience life. Flip a real coin. But you know what's gonna happen? You know that thing where it's like you'll have people that you know, have this goal in their head, and once they make it, they like this thing that they build up. I just need to win a Grammy. I just need to win an Oscar, whatever. And then they win it and think, you know, they have a moment of euphoria and think that everything will change. And then they wake up in the morning and everything's exactly the same, and all of a sudden it's really hollow, and they've already gotten that thing, and now they don't have the North Star to aim to, and they almost lost something by winning, because they're like, this was the whole thing I was pointed towards, and now I got it, and nothing's different. And then they get depressed even though they have accolades or whatever. I feel like that's what's going to happen after we land this. This is a game called Unfair Flips. It is a game where you need to flip a coin and have it land on heads 10 times in a row to win. Not to win, to get a chance at winning. There's 5 different endings. And you start off with, I think, a 20% chance to win. You can get some money to gain upgrades that increase the chance, increase the coin value, so you can get other upgrades. But you can only ever get a maximum of a 60 chance of landing on heads. So it will take a long time. On average, I would say my median run is probably 55 minutes long, but my fastest run has been 23 minutes. My longest run's been like an hour 20. Well, there's 5 different endings, and each of the different endings you have a different probability chance of landing on. We've gotten 4 of the endings. The one that we're trying to get is we have a 20% chance to win. Unfair Flips you can get on Steam. It is I forget how much it costs, but it's cheap. Let me here, I can look this up for you right now. Canadian, it's $2.50, so I'm guessing it's $2 American, I presume. Sounds like your kind of game. You know what? It's like, it reminds me a little bit of those like rage games, like Getting Over It with Bennett Foddy or something. But you're not in control. Like, it's not like the failure isn't on you. The failure is just on the math. So it is a weird feeling, because you're like, it has that Bennett Foddy, like, oh man, I just want to finish this. But it doesn't have the like frustration of like, oh man, I'm a failure. The failure is on me for playing it. You like weird artistic games. Yeah, this is an interesting one. I think it was like, I don't know, I feel like it blew up for one day on Twitch. I think like Northern Lion or something. I think Germa also played it. Currently going through Crush Date Everything. Oh, you know what? I really want Date Everything. That game, I'm usually not really a visual novel guy. Crush sounds familiar. And Hades, obviously, is familiar. But Date Everything is a game I want so badly. Because I just want to, like, go in and be like, I'm going to make love to this toilet plunger. We are going to get married. Okay. No one clip that out of context. Crush. Was that another, like, date? Was it like a dating sim puzzle game or something? I'm trying to remember what Crush was. It sounds familiar. And no, I'm not thinking of Honey Pop, okay? All right. I'm back. I'm looking at our progress. We haven't made that much more money since I last looked like 10 minutes ago. Steam has spent like a month recommending Date Everything to you. Yeah, that game looks cool. It looks self-aware. You got Date Everything physical at your local mall? Oh, interesting. I didn't even realize there were like physical copies of it. It seems like it's... To me, Date Everything feels like a super high novelty game, and it feels like a super stream game. It feels like it's built for me to, like, play on stream and just, like, laugh at with everyone. In a way that the game intends. Yeah, I think that was a really good concept for a game. Bed is best girl. I was just gonna say, like, I don't know, but you just know Bed is gonna be awesome. You know Toilet is gonna be... I don't know. I'm guessing there's Toilet. I'm a little bit concerned about Toilet. But I know none of the characters, the objects. It's an idle game, free. You have it on... God, I know I've seen Crush Crush. Let me just look this up. Oh, I have seen this. I'm not going to show it on stream, because it looks like it might be very NSFW. Let's be real. We all think Bed is best fit, but we deserve the toilet. Is that what they said at the end of, like, the Batman movie? Like, bed is not what Gotham needs, but toilet is what it deserves, or something. I'm gonna be real. Whatever that quote was, my brain, I will never remember the quote, because I remember that the quote always confused the hell out of me. My favorites in Date Everything are the food, the chair, and the mirror. The mirror sounds actually hilarious. Is that going to be the most narcissistic character? Is that the quote? Because that makes sense to me. If it's not the one it deserves, but the one it needs. Because I thought it was the other way around, and it didn't make sense to me. Okay, what was the quote? Not the hero Gotham quote. Okay. The hero Gotham deserves, but not the one it needs right now. Yeah, that's why it's yes. That's why it's confusing to me that it's backwards. I guess I'd need to see it in context again to actually see what it means. Maybe it's like... I don't know. I need to... Which movie was that in? I've never seen the third one. The, Is it Dark Knight Rises? I don't remember. Begins? I saw Begins when it came out, and I saw the, you know, the Joker one when it came out. I feel like everyone did. I feel like that was like... I feel like that's got to be like the most beloved superhero movie of all times now. God, I'm trying to remember. Amir, a sweet-talking Persian man referencing the scientist who made glasses, helps with confidence. Okay. Listen, this is the last run we're doing today. Because we only have so much flipping a coin a day that we can do without actually getting driven off of a ledge, you know? We're already a little bit at the point where we're kind of meta-analyzing the fact that we're flipping a coin. I have not seen The Batman. I do want to, though, because I watched The Penguin. And that was a solid show. And I know that Penguin's a spinoff of The Batman. It's really just okay. The Penguin I thought was quite good. I mean, I saw people saying The Penguin is as good as Breaking Bad and The Wire, and I disagree. But I still thought it was really good. I am curious about it. Honestly, I don't watch that many movies. I do not. But I do want to see that new Fantastic Four, to be totally honest. Come on. Please. You son of this guy. You seen... I don't know the last time I've been to a theater. It's been years since I've been to a theater. What did you see in theaters? I'm trying to think of the last time I was in theater. Man, in my life, though, I've seen some weird movies in theaters. I saw Pokemon the first movie in theaters. I saw Titanic in theaters. Alien, Romulus, and the Toxic Avenger. I saw Reign of Fire in theaters. I saw Space Jam in theaters. When I was a kid, I saw Space Jam in theaters with my friend, my best friend, who was the guy that yesterday I was mentioning, wrote a very highly illustrated death threat, in which he drew a rabbit getting decapitated and said he was going to kill me. I went to Space Jam with that friend while his mom watched English Patient, which was like over an hour longer. So then we just stayed in this theater for like over an hour and waited for his mom to finish. Last movie you saw in cinema was the new Conjuring movie. You went to see Fantastic Four as a first date. It was so sweet. Sue's the best. You gave a copy of Pokemon Lugia movie as a gift to your ex. You know what? I feel like the tone of superhero movies has changed recently. With Thunderbolt and Superman, and from what I hear, Fantastic Four. Whereas it seems like they are a bit more optimistic movies, and they are a bit more like about like found family and whatever. Like, it seems like a lot of the edge has kind of drifted off, and they're kind of, maybe superhero movies are a little bit back in their hopeful era again. Well, I don't know. Because I feel like there was a I feel like there was a while in there with MCU where they didn't really have that tone. Like, you know what? Edge with no point is boring. Like, did you ever watch that show She-Hulk? Like, She-Hulk to me felt really cynical. Yeah, that was a weird one. I know a lot of people liked it because I've never read She-Hulk, and I've heard She-Hulk is like a very, you know, like the most meta character ever, and like very, very comedy or whatever. That was a weird series for me without having any exposure to She-Hulk. I've only seen the first season. But yeah, it felt very cynical, and it felt very like resentful of a certain type of Marvel fan. Which, while it may or may not be justified, I mean, listen. While it was justified, it does seem weird sometimes to acknowledge that in the media. The Boys is much better than the show is much better than the comic by concentrating towards a point. You know what? I've only seen the first season of The Boys. I really liked it a lot. I've heard that the show's gotten divisive as it's gone on, because I've heard the show's gotten a little bit more literal with its theming. But I'm definitely curious about it. I really like the first season. this flip thing was the pizza conversation and then over to superheroes. Pizza, hey, listen, pizza and superheroes. It's like we're talking about the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. It is funny though that I have my Twitch chat on the screen right now and YouTube, but no one's chatting there. And then I'm also talking with a Library Cryptid over on TikTok. So I'm repeating everything you're saying so that you can be a part of this back and forth. Oh my gosh. We're getting close to that probability upgrade, though. Man, it's funny. Okay. So, I was never a huge comic book person. Like, I never read a lot of comic books. I think I owned 3 comic book anthologies in my life. I owned, like, Amazing Spider-Man, like, Classic Anthology 1 and the Classic Anthology 2, which were big, thick books. And it was, like, the early comics, like the 60s ones, which were, like, super, you know, hokey. And it's like, oh, in this one, Spider-Man is fighting the terrible Tinkerer. Man, some of those ones, it was like, he fought a guy that's so fast, and the way, he's like, man, this guy's too fast to ever land a hit. Wait, I know. I'll just hold my arm out, and he'll run into it and knock himself out. I'm like, wait, you're telling me that this guy is super fast, but he has no reaction time? And then it was like, I'm going to fight Electro in Electro's appearance. Oh my god, I can't beat him. He's too strong. Wait, I'll put water on him, and he'll electrocute himself. It's like, wait, why would... So water electrocutes himself, but he doesn't normally? And then then the other anthology I had was the Todd McFarlane, like, Batman enters the fold. You know what I mean? Like, Batman's first appearance as Batman. That thing. The writer of the Boys comic did write a great John Constantine story. I've heard really good things about Constantine as a character. I saw it, but yeah, I don't know that much about it. But yeah, anyways, and I used to love the 90s Spider-Man show. I used to... You know what? Right back. I'm going to show you guys something else. Oh, God, it's at the bottom of so much stuff. Oh, God. Are you guys ready for something from when I was in grade 2? All right. You guys ready? This was grade 2. Let's flop over here. Wow. Whoa. It's like all these old Marvel cards from way back in the day. Just tons and tons of them. Bam. Okay. Whew. But broadly speaking, I didn't have that much exposure to reading a lot of comics. Garth Ennis is his name. Oh, yeah. So, but recently I found a YouTube channel called Comic Pop. And I love it. I go to sleep to Comic Pop a lot. And basically it's like, the way it started out as was I think like a comic book store owner or something would talk to like a couple of his non-comic book reading friends and explain like comic book storylines. Like, today we're going to talk about the Spider-Man Clone Saga. And they would ask all these questions as like non-comic book fans. But the thing that's funny is this channel's been around now for over 10 years. So now, like, these two friends that start off as a non-comic book fans are now, like, the top percentile of most knowledgeable comic book people. Because every week for over a decade, they've been exposed to, like, the stories of all these things. But it's a really funny channel. It's a little, like, how do you put it? There's some comic book channels that are very, like, positive, like, and in this one, he does this, and it was so cool, and then the planet blows up, and you're like, whoa, what? You know, this channel is not that. This channel is a little cynical and a little, like, yeah, man, this story's horrible, and you can tell that the comic book industry was going in a down slump, but you can also tell that they love comics, so it's quite self-aware, quite comical, but there's also a lot of, they tell it, like, chronologically, where it's, like, often you'll have these stories where they're like, yeah, so they introduced this character who was actually it was actually Robin or something. But then you know that at the time they had no idea who this character was, and then they're just like, what are we going to do? How are we going to solve this? Oh, I know, we'll just make it Robin or something. Right? He would kind of explain it chronologically in the context of like, well, originally this storyline was supposed to end like this, as the writer said, but then because this character was really popular, they forced this to happen. It's just like really, really I don't know. It is a very, very, very charming channel. I absolutely love it. Library has 3 shelves of comics, 1 DC, 2 Marvel, and historical, 3 miscellaneous indie, Japanese, British, etc. Interesting. Man, when I was a kid, we used to have this comic book store, and, you know, you would have the... underneath the ones that like cost money, you would just have these big boxes of just loose comics that were super random, and they costed a penny. I mean, not a penny. What am I talking about? Jeez. I didn't grow up in the 60s. They costed a quarter. They were super, super discounted. And I remember, like, I would just always want to go to this store and just get random comics. And it wouldn't even be like, I never bought, like, a complete, like, I never got, like, oh, in this one, we're doing the Doctor Doom saga, you know, parts 1 through 4. It would be like, I have part 2 of this alien story. I have this part 3 of this random fantasy story. And I remember I went one time with $13 and bought, you know, $13 worth of 25-cent comics to bring home. And it was just the most random shit, right? Just the middle of a story. You never in your life have, you know what? Like, I very much could have become a comic book person, because I was super into that for a brief period of time, of just like buying those super cheap things and being like, oh my God, I have this cool art thing that I can read, and it costs me like almost nothing. But then I just kind of never really got into it beyond that. But it is cool going back, because I have these memories of certain things where it's like, oh my God, like when I was a kid, I'm like, oh my God, Scarlet Spider is the coolest. Oh, I love Scarlet Spider, Ben Reilly. Like, it's, oh my God, the Clone Saga is so sick. Oh my God. And then you listen to like Comic Pop, and they're like, oh my God, Clone Saga is the worst. Just kill Ben Reilly. Why did we need Scarlet Spider? Like, they're just trying to replace Peter because he has a wife or whatever. And it's just so funny seeing them be like, oh, this is the worst moment. And then me as a kid at the time being like, this is the best. I love the Scarlet Spider suit. I like that he's got a little, like, a little jacket, a little blue jacket over his Spider-Man suit. Collection is largely discards from the local library. $1 for paperbacks, $2 for hardbacks. Yeah, I was definitely, as a kid, full Spider-Man. And, like, when you're a kid... Well, you know what? I watched the X-Men cartoon. Like, as an adult, if I got into any of them, I probably would get in... Oh, actually, I don't know. Now that I think about it. I don't know. In retrospect, it seems like a lot of the X-Men stories are really interesting. Like, it seemed like the X-Men stories were really heavy, and they dealt with, like... Dealt with a lot of themes, like, you know, whatever, like autocracy, like... discrimination, like apartheid, what, like they were always dealing with like super heavy topics, and just in like just using mutants as a conduit, as a way to tell these things, which is kind of interesting. But I just like quippy little Peter Parker. That was my guy when I was a kid. Magneto Testament, historical look at the Holocaust via Magneto. Yeah, I know that Magneto is like... It's funny, so much of my knowledge of these characters now is through the lens of comic pop, but I know that Magneto is kind of like one of the most beloved villains ever because, it's a villain with an ideology that is defensible in some way, right? Like, there's reasons for their belief and that they're not really pure villain all the time, that they just really have like a competing ideology that has a cost to it. And that there's an origin for it. It seems like Magneto's an interesting character. There's one that God. What was the storyline that I heard about? There was one that I was interested in. In which, like, Cyclops kind of becomes I think Cyclops becomes the, like, Professor X. Like, I think Cyclops becomes the head of the X-Men, but he's also kind of like anti-hero. Like, he becomes like really hardcore and is kind of played as the villain in some aspects, but becomes less of the... I always felt like Cyclops always felt like the kind of lawful good paladin type, but in this one it's like it sounds like he got some an interesting twist on his character and became like really likable in a different way and like a darker twist on him. Magneto has also occasionally been the hero, yes. You know the other thing that's funny? You've always loved X-Men. Gambit will forever be your favorite. The other thing that was funny about childhood is you hear about... When I was a kid, the character that I learned about that I was like, this is the coolest ever, was Onslaught. And it is so funny listening to Comic Pop talk about Onslaught and be like, Onslaught came out like they were just killing their franchises. They're like, let's just kill the Avengers. Let's kill all of the guys that aren't selling. We're going to all invest in the franchises that are selling. And it was like a death knell for Marvel in a bad time where they're like selling off their properties because they're going bankrupt. And then meanwhile, they're basically like, Onslaught is so dumb. And then for me at the time as a kid, I'm just like, Onslaught is powerful. He is cool because he is strong. You write fanfic for fun. You love to play with the world set up in media. You know, it's funny. I wish, like, I know fanfic is really cool. Like, I don't know why. It's so stupid that I just have this switch in my brain that is like, it's not canon. And it's like, why do I have this switch? I know that nothing is canon. Like, canon is what you make of it. Like, none of this matters. None of these ideas matter. Why can I not turn off the switch where, so I can actually engage with good stuff? Like, it's one of those things where it's just like, I just know I have a cognitive dissonance. Where logically, I know that can't, like, canonicity, whatever, is a concept that's just shouldn't matter in certain things because, you know, sometimes like the spin-offs or whatever are the best parts of these series, but for some reason there's just like an emotional attachment to this concept that I have a hard time separating from. I feel like I need to just like check out some really good examples of it so I can actually shake that weird bias I have internally. I know that my sister and my dad have been listening or reading to fanfics recently and have gotten really into consuming fanfic culture and are like, some of this stuff is incredible, they say to me. Like, they're like I know my sister has been really enjoying like the world of like Harry Potter fanfiction and the spin-offs of where that goes. And I don't know what my dad's been engaging with. But they're saying like there's a lot of legitimately really, really good writing. And I also know, I've heard that for like people that want to learn to be authors, I've heard fan fiction is like kind of the best place to do it because it's hard to like, I'm going to write a book and then find people that are interested in reading my random shit. Like, no one cares. But the moment you have, when I say random shit, I don't mean that in an insulting way. I mean it in a way as like other people are going to be like, why am I going to take this time investment to read your stuff? But with fan fiction, all of a sudden you already have them invested in the subject matter. So it's a good way to get like people in the author kind of community to give feedback on the writing and stuff like that because they're already bought into the idea. The murder The Murder of Sonic the Hedgehog has to be a fanfic. That's a Steam game, right? A free Steam game? I mean, listen. We know what the best Sonic fanfic is, and that's Sonic Dreams Collection by our Arcane Kids or whatever. Here's the problem. I would stream Sonic Dreams Collection, but I want Moggy to stream it first. Because I already know what the deal with Sonic Dreams Collection is. And so for me, I feel like the novelty of playing Sonic Dreams Collection is just for me to, like, laugh at you guys being like, what the fuck? But I want Moggy to have... I'm not going to have that genuine experience because I've already seen it on stream, right? For me, it's just a vehicle for me to show it to you guys. I want Moggy to play it and just have to deal with it. Ah, God. Like, for me, that is the stream I want Moggy to do. I want him to upload it to YouTube. Well, you know what fan game I owned as a kid. But you paid your artist friend to draw your Spider Sona best. Oh, sick. Is this like a... Oh, I see. Like a fursona, but a spider? At first I was thinking like Spider-Man, Spider-Man thing. Let me just see something. Is that your, Oh, that's not your... Sorry, I was just looking at your profile pic. Oh, you as Spider-Man. Okay. Yeah, when you said... That's what I assumed you meant at first. When I was like, oh, sick. And then I was like, oh, maybe I'm interpreting it wrong. I mean, I can understand that. My sister drew all of these for me, which is pretty cool. And I'm very grateful for her doing that. Oh, Spider-Verse movies. That's pretty cool. I haven't seen the second Spider-Verse movie. I really want to see it. I did see a compilation of all the scenes involving one of the villains because I was just fascinated. But I love the first Spider-Verse movie. You've never heard of... Okay, Scoots, we need to not talk about the Sonic Dreams collection anymore. And you need to experience this. It is a unique thing. A medieval Jewish witch spider playing the idea of Spider-Man being hated but still serving. I'm so curious. I want to see it. Is that so wrong? It's a PC. It's like a super indie game. You should avoid looking up anything about it though. It's by Arcane Kids. If you want after stream, I can send you the link. What's my fursona? I don't have one. Oh, thanks. I'll check it out. I don't have one, but I'd have to ruminate on what it would be. A tardigrade. I'm a tardigrade. What would I be? Oh God. I feel like I've answered this question before. I came up with an answer and now I forget. Probably a tarsier. I relate a lot to the experience of a tarsier. Or tarsier, or however you pronounce it. Someone takes a picture of me and I smash my little head on a tree. I guess tarsier or tarsier is the exact opposite of a tardigrade. Exactly. Oh God, what would it be? I don't know. I want to get an animal onesie though. I feel like animal onesie is the most cozy stream kind of vibed thing. I want to get one. But the problem is I know if anyone's going to buy me like an animal onesie, we did talk about them yesterday. We talked about them recently for sure. Oh, dang it. But hey, we got the final upgrade. Oh, here, 1 second. Let me go to messages. Boop. Here, let's give you guys music for a second. Oh, let me mute this, because who the heck knows what's going to pop up on my TikTok. Messages. Bam. Hello. Accept. Boop. Message request. Hello. Bam. There we go. Okay. Let's go back to streaming this game. Sorry, I just really want to see that picture. I just need to know. You think yours would be... Yeah, listen, I love squirrels. Here's the problem. If I had an animal onesie, like, I know people are just going to be like, you're a bear. You're totally a bear. Like, that's... So, that's the problem, okay? Listen, I'm fat, hairy guy. People are going to be like, you're a bear. Okay? Rabbit for you. Only acceptable animal onesie? Oh, God. What are you talking about? What about red panda? Okay, listen. I gotta take a look at this, okay? I'm sorry, guys. Oh, let me mute this again. Because, listen, TikTok PC app has some... Okay, it looks like it's just anger issues is popping up for me. Oh, it's a guy humping a punching bag upside down. Oh, that is actually pretty sick. And by pretty, I mean incredibly sick. And your friend is an insanely talented artist. Oh my God. That is actually insane. Show it? Okay, I didn't do that because I wasn't sure if I could. Okay, here, let's just go around this way. Bam. That looks super cool. Let's go down. Avoiding showing all DMs. Not that I don't think there's like almost no DMs, but you never know, right? You never know. What about axolotl onesie? It's tough because deep down, everyone feels like they're a special little... We're all special little individual snowflakes. Every one of us. Our crystals are unique and special, and everyone cares. So, like... As a onesie, you're like, huh, I want something a little different. Like a sugar glider or something. Right? You're always so afraid to share a screen because you know you're going to have something stupid in the corner. I think... I'm trying to know if I've ever... I think I leaked one DM once. That was a little bit yikes. But nothing actually bad. The other thing, though, is now I stream... I don't do video capture. I now do screen capture. So I now do the setup where it's like... If any streamer is going to show something horrible on stream, it is me with my setup. Just because I... So that's why I now, like... I just make sure to have... You know... Listen, I don't generally have horrible things open. But you never know, like... if Discord, there's going to be some crazy message on Discord... You never know. So I try to be conscious of having Discord always on one window. Trying not to have DMs open on Discord just in case. And if I am streaming and I'm on Discord, not having certain channels open where people are more likely to post crazy crap. Are you taking off? Thank you very much for the convo. Thanks for showing me that. That was really cool. I hope you have a wonderful day. And yes, I agree. Cringe is cringy. Do what makes you happy. Broadly speaking, as long as like no one is being hurt, like the things where I find cringe is when people are like crossing boundaries and not picking up on the hint, right? Like if you have people that are physically making people uncomfortable, like that's where I get it. But broadly speaking, I'm like, listen, if you're not hurting anyone, just do what makes you happy. Who cares, right? Like at a certain point, we worry too much about what everyone thinks. Like, as long as no one's getting hurt or, you know, whatever. But it's like, you know what? I like anime. I like anime that people consider cringe. I like that, like for me, if I'm really stressed out, like, you know, like when some people, they're like, I'm really, really stressed out, I want to watch Big Bang Theory to take my mind off of it. I'm just like, listen, throw on the most generic, like, man reincarnated as the strongest boy ever who is so good and everyone likes him. For some reason, every girl thinks he is the hottest stuff and he is just naturally good at everything. And I'm like, these shows are so generic that literally you finish the last episode, you watch two of these shows simultaneously, you literally can't remember what happened in which show or the other. And I'm like, but it's a comfy show. It's a comfy show, and I understand why you would watch it, right? Like, sometimes if you're stressed out, this is what you watch. I set up a computer that pretends to be other computers just to keep advertisers. Yeah, man, you know, it is weird. I do have an aversion to the crazy tracking, and it's like, fundamentally, I know it's like, well, it doesn't really matter if I get tailored ads or whatever, but there is a part of me that I'm just like, but it's just weird. And I'll see people like, I'll see a lot of like kind of, especially like Zoomery people, you know, people that are 10 years younger than me, you know, the Chuckies and Galaxies or whatever, where they will, you know, they will share their location with each other 100% of the time. They'll sign up for apps where it lets you see your location 100% of the time, and they'll share it with all their friends so their friends can see where they are all the time. And I'm like, I don't go anywhere interesting, but I don't also want my friends to know where I am 100% of the time. It's... Dang it! The idea of just giving... Even though, like, I literally don't go anywhere that... Like, I'm at home, I go to the grocery store, and then I go to work. And then, like, very rarely I'll visit my families, or I'll visit my... Or I'll... Whatever. Very rarely I'll go to some event. But just the idea of people being like, oh, he's at the grocery store right now. I find that super weird. Personalized ads don't mean anything to me because you still don't get ads that speak to you. I'll get some ads that are like... Sometimes I'll get certain ads and I'm like, please tell me this isn't a personalized ad. Please tell me this is just a random one, because I just get a weird one day. Before setting that up, you'd get ads for things that you already bought. Yeah, there was one day that for some reason YouTube kept just sending me like, it's okay if you have sex addiction, blah, blah. And I was like, what the hell? I wasn't even like looking up any like horny stuff, whatever, you know. And I'm getting this like, everyone needs to talk to a therapist sometimes. I'm like, what is going on? Please tell me this is not a tailored ad. What's to join a cult? Yeah, I get the religious ones sometimes that are like Mormon ads that are like you know, join us today to hear the, you know, experience the great word together, you know, and find some direction. I get that occasionally. But yeah, I'll get super, super random stuff that is like, I don't know. It was a weird art cult, and you really wish you saved screenshots. Oh god, I've gotten some. Sometimes I'll get ads. You know, on YouTube, you can just buy ads for your YouTube channel to show other people on other YouTube channels. Like, I was watching... Okay, this is going to sound cringe. sometimes I watch my videos at double speed. Now, I don't watch it because I'm like, ha, what a great YouTuber. I watch it because I'm like, I need to find YouTube Shorts because YouTube Shorts get views and YouTube videos don't. And so this is my means of finding content to put out there to kind of get more algorithmic visibility. But when you watch your own videos, you'll still get ads for your own on your own videos. And so I'm watching my own videos and I'm getting ads for like some other YouTuber, like other YouTubers. I'm like, that's weird that you can buy ads on another channel for your channel. You keep getting baby food and instant formula ads. Like, I feel like that would be like, we'll be back to ABC News after these messages. You should watch Fox News. We're better news than ABC News. Like, if news stations would advertise on their other networks. Oh, is this it? We got that ending again. Oh, I think we've gotten that one 3 times now, maybe 4. Oh, no luck. 3,500 flips. No luck. Oh, is that run number 9? Well, I guess that's where we're calling it today. If you guys enjoyed, please consider liking, commenting, and subscribing. Oh, this playthrough continues. All right. That's where I'm calling it for now. I might be stuck here for eternity. Okay, thank you guys for the conversation, because holy crap, without conversation, streaming this game is a goddamn nightmare. It is horrendous. This is one of the worst games to stream that I've ever streamed, but apparently people like it, so I guess we're just going with it. Okay, have a wonderful day, guys. Farewell. I'll be back tomorrow with something. I'll either do shooters or robots.